our age and older here, getting in and out of them and not having any back support for so many people that have back on. That's why we gotta look at all of these
We
options.
may not have lazy boy recliners for everybody.
So, the furniture, I think, should be discussed at the committee meetings that's out there on the sign-up sheet. I think we need to just finish the discussion about the removal or patio or designated quiet times. Once again, I'm gonna ask the question of those of you that wanna keep the patio, how are we going to monitor quiet times so the residents in D, E, and F are not bothered by the swearing and the loud noise? How are we gonna do it?
Here's a combination that I've heard, and Marcy and I like what I heard, make it the full rule. That don't mean you go away, that just means make it the full rule, and if you wanna stay past the whole rule, come up here to the patio where it's blocking noise.
So you're saying that have people that are sitting there monitor themselves to move? Vacate themselves, vacate themselves? Well, can I ask you this? We have, this is off the subject, but.
Well, one more
Okay.
thing. And secondly is, it's all about keeping the activities that people like to do, is what I referred back to with Jamie, is put the stuff down there that will accommodate that, and that would be benches at that patio area. And then that's also the compromise for the community to say, ooh, that's a good way to monitor the noise and that kind of thing, because it's like going to a country club, you have a cigar room. You go there to smoke cigars. You do not go in there to raise hell, and, you know, when you're ready to raise hell, you go in the social part of it. And when you're ready to fine and dine, you go in the fine and dine. We got fine dining here. We got the social club there, we got the cigar room right down there. Hell, we're a country club.
Well, that is a good point. But my question is this, though, so we're going to let the people in that area monitor themselves and hope they will, when it gets to, I don't care if it's a time or whatever, to do their swearing, which is a lot down there, and do their loud mouths with their drinking, and it does seem to be the more they drink, the more they are louder and swearing, then they themselves should physically move themselves to here and know to be adult enough to do that. And if they don't, and somebody's bothered in D, E, or F, who is going to monitor that? I'm not gonna go out and say, you want me to go home? No, I could care less. I can keep my windows closed, I can turn my TV off. But the people that have complained to the police several times, the people that have complained to you on your list there, they called me. How do we do this? I'm just asking for a solution. How do we do this? We're all a group of adults. Come on, bring out ideas.
Don't you guys have cameras? You have cameras on trash cans over here. Why don't you put cameras on?
Cameras on there for what?
You're monitoring people.
What are you
That's
doing
what I'm
with the
saying.
camera?
Well, you guys monitor the trash can over here. You said you know who's leaving boxes in there.
A resident has a personal condo for their building, for themselves. They can see all the way down the driveway, which is actually helpful, because there's been people in there digging, not our property, taking people's papers, and it was a good thing, because you don't want identity theft of your papers coming out of that thing, and they were able to call the police and take care of it about 2 years ago.
Alright, well, I was just saying, there's common sense monitoring, with true monitoring, you know, with
And who's gonna monitor the monitor? I mean, who's gonna monitor it at their?
maybe just the idea that it's there will make people pay
Yes,
attention.
yes.
I don't know.
But who, I mean, seriously, everybody, Becky?
That's it.
The one person that we're talking about is Kate. Let's just cut the bullshit and just say it's Kate, who
I
has
know
a
they
big
won't.
mouth.
It's not
I
the
don't
one that's
believe
very
that.
loud and swearing at night.
But what I'm saying is, since Kate has been here, it's gone raucous. We have tried, and we are continuing to try to shut her up. And it's been hard, but we continue on to do that. And as soon as we get her settled, then everything's all settled. And that's the way it's
How long have
been,
y'all been trying to settle a person?
probably since she got back. And there was one incident where she got way too loud, and I said, if you can't use your inside voice, you need to get out of here.
Did it work?
Yeah, it really did, because she was totally, you know.
I think there's a misnomer too, that it's a big drunk fest. There's I'm gonna say 90% of the time, if you walk out of your condo and come and look in our glasses, it's water, it's Coca-Cola. There's a couple people that.
I don't drink.
She doesn't drink, she
I don't
doesn't drink,
drink.
he doesn't drink, Martha doesn't drink.
I do.
Tim does,
Well-
Kate does.
Two people
I saw
are
one,
usually the ones that are drinking.
I saw one bring it in, pour it out, and we had our dinner. And then he'd leave, and then come back, pour that wine in her glasses. I said, it was like, I said.
But who cares? They weren't getting up and being raucous after
And
that.
people can drink as well.
I mean, we all pass around, you know, 'cause Steve sells wine. I mean, not Steve, but Marty sells wine, he brings down wine. So does Steve. They're wine connoisseurs.
I'm just saying that they said, that she was talking about, you didn't know what was in their glasses.
Doesn't
And I'm
matter,
saying,
most
I
of us
saw-
don't drink. Most of us don't drink, and if the ones or twos that were drinking had the glasses poured. But most of us don't drink.
You didn't understand one of them, so, yeah.
We all need to concentrate on our buildings here and our grounds and keep them looking nice and attractive so we don't lose the equity in our homes. And let's don't let those personal things that we have interfere with that. Let's take care of our grounds, let's keep them beautiful like they are. And not just go out and dig a hole and plant something for the fun of it, or for your own ego, or whatever you do when you do that. But I think the stuff that's been planted there, especially the tree over against the house, can you imagine somebody planting a tree 14 inches from the side of the house and the foundation? A tree. That needs to come out of there. The roots go right down around the foundation.
Well, that's another discussion, I think, vegetation, I think, because it is.
But we need to, all of us concentrate on what we can do to make the place look real nice and, a good place to spend the
Is
winter.
that?
Use our car.
That's what we're after, right there.
Well, and I just have one more thing to say, and then we'll take a vote on this whole thing. I just think it would be nice if people in this community, rather than do things behind people's backs.
Thank you.
Would be nicer to, if you have a problem, you talk to the person. I mean, that's what I grew up doing. If I have a problem with Johnny, I'm gonna talk to Johnny about it, rather than going behind backs and bringing up anybody's name. Did you know that she does this, and did you know that she does that? Because that's what happened this past couple weeks with me. And I'm pissed about it, I'm upset about it. By God, y'all can do whatever you wanna do. I could give a rat's ass what happens to that.
The language.
And if it gets so bad and people start calling me in, we're gonna call the police every single time. Because if you all can't call the police, your own group, who's out there, and maybe it's caused by drink, maybe it's just everybody's getting really happy and it's getting louder and louder and louder by 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, it's loud, okay? So maybe the police need to be called, that's fine. What I'm saying is, whatever.
Get it done.
Whatever y'all want to do about that, that's fine. But if anyone brings up my name poorly, talking against me, there will be a lawsuit from me, and I'm guaranteeing that because that upset me. First it made me mad, then it made me upset. And then
Who's
it made me
doing
upset
this?
again.
Well, they're kicking shit, that's all it is.
Well, that's it, you know, you wanna talk about people behind your back, but you don't wanna come to the face and say, here, you know, same thing with what Peter's trying to bring up. We don't follow the rules around here.
Nobody does.
Be quiet, I'm speaking, please. We can't plant without asking the board. There was an email this morning that somebody got permission from one board member to plant stuff outside the garden. No, that's not the board. The board is not one person. The board is a board of directors. Why would one person give permission to something that's in the rules? That's not how it's done in any board meeting. I don't care if you are a business, nonprofit, or a community. It's a board decision. It's a simple thing. You know, you shouldn't have stuff up on your balconies. That is a fire hazard for emergency vehicles or emergency medical. You shouldn't be hanging stuff on balconies, people that are upstairs or even downstairs that are hanging them up. That's in our rules and regulations. But you know what? The last year or so, rules do not apply here. and they're not enforced, I'm not gonna be the enforcer and go around, no, you really need to pick up your towel. You really need to pick up your crap outside your front door. You really need to do this. But they know the rules, or you should have when you bought in here. You should have known the rules and regulations, and if you don't, y'all, by God, read them again and follow the rules. Because if 48 condos do the same thing, what is our community gonna look like? How are our property values gonna look? If 48 condos hang towels outside, just a prime example, or put stuff outside their front door because they don't wanna keep it indoors, how are we gonna look here? How are we gonna attract buyers? Who's gonna wanna buy here when it looks like trash? It looks horrible. That's just common sense for every one of us, we're all adults.
Who's gonna wanna live here if there's a hostile, living environment?
You're absolutely right.
That's my question.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
I think you guys create one.
We do, like, who's the guys?
You.
Okay, fine, thank you for telling me my face.
Yeah, you said, so I'm telling you.
Fine, I read it, Bill, don't say word. That's fine, and maybe you and I can have a discussion together, that would be fine, I'd love to hear it. I can talk.
I would like to say that when I moved in here, there was no hospital there until a year ago, all this time. And then it started up, so, we're changing an influx of people that wanted to change everything, wanted to do things that quick, not really putting forethought in it. I mean, it's just, they wanna take over, they wanna put things in a whole different direction, and a lot of times there's no logic to it, you know? It's like, I'll be honest with you, that stuff we put down, I got involved in it, around the trees and stuff, half of it's dissolved and blown away. It's a waste of time, it was a waste of money. Spend the money, do it right.
Voted against it.
Yeah, and it didn't look good at all.
They wanna do it again.
Right, and I think it's a waste of time, if you're gonna do it right.
Can we vote on this crap and get over it?
Margaret.
I just wanna say, there was a hostile environment before I moved into. I have to say that there was, but it was resolved when a certain person moved away. Because it was hostile here. Nobody was told anything that was going on, and it just, nobody wanted to come to meetings, nobody wanted to come to any social events, nothing. I know. So it was hostile here for Mark County. And I'm not saying that you're the cause of it at all.
That's fine, because he and I are gonna be moving anyway. You all have done this too.
I said, you are not the cause of it.
Shut up.
Wait a minute, I'm
Don't
talking.
tell me to
Don't tell her to shut up.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to your wife.
Stop it.
Please, guys.
Hold on.
I apologize for telling you shut up. I apologize.
The thing is, I have been tormented this entire year since the new year in 2016. One particular board member who's not a board member anymore, I have over 700 emails from her to me with, you cannot even imagine how horrible some of the emails are to me personally. She resigned. I'm gonna be putting on for the board again next year. Fine. But I'll tell you one thing. I have been worn down this year to a pulp. It was never this way before. Everybody was a family here. We had a nice environment until the last couple of years. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm not living like this anymore. I have enough shit going on with my leg. I have not feel this anymore. You all, I can see every one of you that's done this to me, that I'm not gonna do this in the public arena. But I will tell you, there are certain people here who have, I'm done. They've stopped me to the ground and below. This was my forever home. I've been here. I've owned this condo since 2004. I've been coming here since 1993 with Mom and George living there. I've been here a long time. I've known a lot of people that have come and gone, the rules, the non-rules, whatever. It was always a nice environment here until the last couple of years.
What happened in 2012 that caused you to resign the presidency because of all the dysfunction in
Oh,
this
because
place?
it was-
Before any of us
It was
knew
because
these
of
guys
one resident that,
was driving you up the wall.
well, not just driving me, driving a lot of people up the wall. And it was to the point where it wasn't worth it to have to deal with this person anymore.
Yeah, 'cause I wondered when everybody just go, well, it was a big happy family. Well, no, it wasn't because people were resigning and not going to meetings. It obviously wasn't a big happy family
No,
before we got here.
it was,
It was just a.
it was like a
It was a
certain
lot,
person.
it was a lot quieter then than it is now.
It was like a
I
certain
guarantee
person, like we, that resigned, only in a mail form.
In a different.
They got
And I'm sworn. But anyway, so I just hope everybody, and pass this along to the people that are not here. I just hope everybody's happy here, that they have ruined me, they have ruined our life that we were going to live here happily ever after until we died. They ruined it for us. And I just wanna tell you, you all are responsible for it. Not everyone in this room, and I don't mean to say that, but you all are responsible for, I'm done. You beat me to a pulp. I have put myself into this complex since 2008 on the board, and I've put hours and hours and days and hours and months into this place to try to help. I'm done. I'm not helping anymore. Nobody appreciates what you do, and the fact that, you know, Janet brought up the point that I'm the, whatever you said I was.
Cause you're the president, you're the mother figure, you're the one that sets the tone, that's why I said that.
You know, well, I'm one person on the board. I don't say, I did not even do a vote. If anybody came to these meetings, I did not even vote for anything until the person resigned. And after that, we needed to have quorum and voting. The only thing I ever voted on this whole year was the minutes and the financial report. Any discussion, I was like the tiebreaker. That was my role. So for me to be, for people to be saying that I'm the one that's saying this is what you have to vote for,